Let's go watch it in 2D. No, let's go watch it in 3D. But if we watch it in 3D, then is it worth the cost?
I just like it when the ideas come from you.
It's time to bring the park back to life. Who's with me?
Something wonderful coming right up.
You can do anything. Look at that.
You have everything you need right here.
Wonder Park, rated PG, in theaters March 15th.
Hello. This is Adolf Vega from 3D or 2D.com, and today I'm reviewing Wonder Park. As always, I'll talk about the 3D element first. Wow. This movie was made for 3D. Like, the visuals look sharp, vivid, vibrant, and just complement this movie. This is a showcase movie. This is something that you'll show people if you own the Blu-ray, or like, this is what 3D is going to be about. It kind of reminds me of like really, like, first generation kind of 3D where they really played up and they put a whole lot of effort in here. And the movie itself isn't that good, but the 3D is great. The pop out here is fantastic. A lot of times things will be playing with pop out. A lot of depth-based 3D that works really well for the story. The movie uses multiple layers of 3D so that you get a good diorama effect. This can be gimmicky at times, but it's just totally worth it. I was stunned. This is probably one of the best 3D I've seen in a while. The 3D aspect of Wonder Park is excellent, and from beginning to end, wow. It's just fun. It just makes this more fun. So, a final verdict of great 3D and Editor's Choice 3D Award. It really is that special. Before we get to the movie, I wanted to mention that I watched this movie using funds from Patreon. My patron has given me donations over the past few months, and I've collected that money and used it to watch this movie. And I want to thank him. If you want to become my patron, it'll be $1 a month or $2 a month, and get many extra benefits, including podcasts and reviews early, and so much more. There's going to be a link in the description. So, I also was able to watch this in D-Box, which is a format where you have a seat that rumbles and shakes and moves with the characters on screen, and for this kind of amusement park kind of movie, it really worked. It was a lot of fun, added to the enjoyment. The only problem with it is that it's expensive, so it was over $20 just to watch this movie in 3D with D-Box. But for the experience of this movie, I think it was worth it. It's just hard to justify that cost. But it was definitely a lot of fun. Now, on to the movie itself. Wonder Park is a story of a young girl named June who enjoys using her imagination to build a fantastical amusement park. She usually does this with her mom in, playtime. One day, June is magically transported into the world of Wonderland amusement park that she has imagined. But Wonderland is not in a safe space. It's going through a lot of trouble, and June must help her furry friends restore the park back to its original glory. There's a lot of stuff there I didn't talk about because of spoilers, but that's basically the gist of it. It did bother me that this movie is called Wonder Park, and in the movie, it's called Wonderland. It's just like, okay, whatever movie. But, down to the movie itself. Look, it looks gorgeous. I mean, the 3D, like I said before, is fantastic. But the art style is cute and colorful. I really like how the human characters have exaggerated heads and eyes. It just, it took a little while to get used to it, but I liked it. The various animals look very furry and adorable. Visuals are easily the best part of this movie. Because this movie is actually very cliche and predictable. The story is sweet-natured, probably too sweet, but it doesn't do anything new or different. The amusement park angle is okay, but doesn't do anything beyond being superficial. There's never a time where the characters are like, okay, how do you actually do the business end of the, Wonder Park or Wonderland? And they never really say. And, how do you do the engineering? yes, you've done some of this stuff in your head, but how do you actually do that? It's just playtime. It's just a fun little exercise for the kid. But as an adult, I think that's something that you could talk about. As a kid gets older, and if he really thinks about this, as an actual thing, you could be like, okay, let's visualize this, and maybe get the kid, a game. There's a lot of kind of theme park video games where you could make things and see how things would work out. And the whole movie is about imagination. It's very fast paced, and action packed. It can be a little frantic and random at times. When they're actually in Wonderland, it's just like, I don't know what the hell's going on. Just to be blunt, it's just like, okay, anything can happen, and anything does happen, and all the little furry friends are there, and it's fine. All the jokes in the movie are really basic and have been done a billion times before. The only thing that I found kind of unique was the Pie song, which is like a mathematical song that's actually really clever and funny and well sung. The movie has a ton of plot holes and unanswered questions that are just like, okay, is this magical? Is this on her head? How does this work? It doesn't work? Okay, whatever. It kind of feels like an underdeveloped Pixar movie. Like they have a core good element here, a good basic nugget of the story, but they just don't really expand upon it. It doesn't have any substance to it. I was very bored by the movie. I just didn't care about the characters or anything that happened on the screen. I did like the characters. It just, nothing really stood out. Everything was basic, what they needed to be, and nothing more, nothing less. Just a rather forgettable and uninspired movie. So, how do I judge this? How do I give this a rating or a score? Look, I know it's a kids movie. Kids movies could give a pass to, but at the same time, animated movies could be great. It could be fun even if it was just a kids movie. There's a lot of great animated movies that people think are just for kids and are much better than that. So, I neither hated nor loved this movie. Wonder Park is an adequate, inoffensive, okay family adventure. I think parents will be like, yeah, it's alright. Kids will be like, that was fun. And maybe an hour later you'll forget everything that happened. I kind of forgot a lot of it, and I just watched it a couple days ago. So, it's okay. Final verdict of a 5 out of 10. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Alright, before this podcast ends, I want to give a thank you to my patrons. Right now, we have one patron, which is David from Spain, and I want to thank you for your financial support.
Alright, so that's going to be it for this podcast.
We now have a Patreon, and the link is in the description. Thanks for watching.
And we are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, a little bit everywhere. Just look for us, 3D or 2D. And of course, review us on iTunes. And if you want to write us a letter, our email address is email3d or2d@gmail.com. So that's going to be it. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye. Okay, bye.
Bye, everyone.